Thank you very much for joining us today. My name is Asim Ansari. I'm the Export Sales Manager here at Airedale. And over the next hour or so, we're going to be introducing and launching the new EasiCool Evo2 range to you. The range has some fantastic features and enhancements from the current EasiCool range. And over the next hour, we're going to follow the agenda as follows. Sorry, bear with me a second. There we are. Sorry about that. So first of all, we're going to have a launch video featuring Leon Obiang, who's a mechanical design engineer responsible for the design of the product range. Then we're going to have a launch presentation with Jamshad Padancherry, export sales engineer, Middle East, based in our UAE office. And then after that, we're going to have a CPD presentation by Nisar Rahman, who's also an export sales engineer based in our UAE office. So I hope you enjoyed the presentations. And with that, we will begin with the launch video. Thank you very much.
I'm Leon Obiang. I'm a mechanical design engineer here at Airedale. And I've been working for Airedale for 5.5 years now in product development. And what we do really is to maintain our existing products which are precision cooling units for data center market. And I'm working on the EasiCool Evo2 at present, which is a refresh of the existing EasiCool range. The reason for that is because the current EasiCool range is quite an old product. So really what we wanted to do at Airedale was to refresh the range, to improve the efficiency of the EasiCool range, reduce the build complexity with better design, and upgrade the component within that product. So I've been working on the Evo2 project for 2.5 years, started back in the end of 2018. And over the last couple of years, what we've been doing with this product is to spend a lot of time qualifying the performance of the product in test, to make sure that when it's ready to be launched in the market, it is as efficient as it could be. As a design engineer, what we do from my side is really to carry out the mechanical design and selection of the product. So really what I've been enjoying to do was to do the compressor selection, upgrading our technology to Coupland compressor, which uses a scroll type of compressor technology. And we've done that because it offers full load efficiency gain compared to some other compressor manufacturer. So the operating envelope of the unit is quite wide by virtue of the compressor envelope. We've got a coil subcase, a fan subcase, and we've got a variety of arrangement for the unit. It can be a downflow and upflow unit with different front, rear, base, discharge, or return. You know, there are different types of airflow configuration. All of them are done to suit the customer needs, really. The EasiCool range is a global product. We sell a lot of those in the UK, in the Middle East. The range of operation of this product is quite wide. The maximum ambient temperature that the unit can be exposed at is plus 52 degrees, all the way from minus 20 to plus 52 degrees ambient. And the return air condition is from 18 to 40 degrees. So, you know, this product is so unique with that regard. You know, it's got so many good aspects. It's such a versatile product. We've got so many variants within the range that makes it available to suit the customer needs, whatever they could be. I think the EasiCool range has probably got a solution. You know, I'm really proud to have been part of this project, and I think it was a great opportunity for me and for Airedale as a whole to be able to launch something like this.
I think we have finished with the video. So hope you guys can see my screen now. 1 second. So yeah, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jamshad. I'm working as export sales engineer for Airdeal. I'm stationed in Dubai office. I'm with Airdeal since 2015, so it's my privilege to present in before you our new range of EasiCool Evo2 to give you a brief on the technical side of the product. So for the agenda for the next 20-25 minutes, we'll just go through a brief about Airdeal as a company, about EasyCool family. We'll just go through some global references, and coming to the star of the day, EasyCool Evo2, we'll talk through the enhancement features, what all additional options are there, what are the discharge return air configurations, and something about the control side. So Airdeal as a company, many of you already have known Airdeal for long now. So formed in 1974, Airdeal International Air Conditioning is a world leader in the design and manufacture of innovative, high-efficiency thermal management solutions. So at Airdeal, we believe that air conditioning is, critical in many walks of life. In some regions, it is more becoming a basic human right. So industries critical to a society need air conditioning to function as we connect through technology and develop our societies, education, healthcare, and build environments. As the importance of air conditioning grows, as you can see, so too does the responsibility on companies like us, Airdeal, to ensure air conditioning minimizes its effect on the planet as we enter a crucial phase in its survival. You know, climate change, water scarcity, digitization, urbanization are some of issues or mega trends on a global level which we see. So regarding our products and the sectors we work on, we have been involved in the IT cooling since our foundation in 1974 in Leeds, UK. As a company now, we employ close to 600 people. Our growth and success built on a world-class portfolio encompassing precision cooling, IT cooling, chillers, AHUs, and condensers, all backed up with state-of-art software and comprehensive service offering. In Airdeal, we are not just HVAC experts. We are experts in our customers' businesses too, with a deep understanding and tailored solutions for sectors like data centers, pharma, healthcare, power generation, education, retail, leisure, and comfort. Sorry. So regarding our customers or global references, we pride ourselves on having worked with many customers over the years in many parts of the world to help solve their temperature management issues. We are well trusted by some of the world's largest and most prestigious companies. As you can see, some are listed here, like Global Switch and Cyrus from data center providers, HP, IBM, Museum of the Future, Coca-Cola, etc. Giving the pictures of some, you can see some references, like the first one is lifting a chiller in central London finance district. We have the Museum of Future, which is a prestigious reference we have here in Dubai from UAE. BAE Systems UK, and you can also see Albert and Victoria Museum there. We have got our unit supplied to there. Tower of London, and also the MBR Mohammed bin Rashid Library here in UAE. So regarding about the EasyCool as a family, EasyCool is Airdeal's global reference in precision air conditioning. We have supplied the units to 4 different continents, over 3,000 applications since 2005, the year it was initially launched. It is well, quite efficient, close control in a compact modular package, which proved the success of the unit. It's basically ideal for small and medium-sized data centers where performance and reliability is essential with basics, features, and efficiency. Going to some global references, I would like to give you a pictorial representation where we have got our units, which are built in UK and supplied. You can see we have got many of flags there. So that's it. So our units are all over the world. Taking some from the list, we have the units, EasiCool units supplied to London Heathrow Airport in UK. Coming to Middle East, we have got many units supplied to different pavilions in Expo 2020 in Dubai, namely UAE Pavilion, UK Pavilion, Irish Pavilion, and some of the thematic and other districts. And one other, proud reference we have is the Riyadh Metro from Saudi. We have supplied many EasiCool units over 33 stations, with many of them being tailored or customized solutions to meet the project requirements. For example, many of them were underground stations with limitations of condenser installation. We managed to propose with specialized solutions there. And going to the Far East, we have got our EasiCool supplied to the Hong Kong Jockey Club. So since the year 2005, we are privileged to provide cooling solutions to all these references, to all these countries with our EasiCool range. And now being in the launch of the new EasiCool Evo2, let's have a look back where we were in terms of offering with the existing range. So with the existing EasiCool range, the capacities was ranging from 6 to 64 kilowatt. We were using the refrigerant R407C and R410A. We had the cooling options of chill water and the DX. We were using fixed speed scald compressors. We had upflow and downflow configurations. We had the easy fan options, also the compatibility with the free cool chillers. So you may all ask now why you guys are redeveloping or replacing such a successful unit range, and that's absolutely a good question. The answer is simple. We always aim to offer more and more to our customers, keeping in pace with the latest technology, and also keeping up with the latest advancement in control software and interface. And how we do that? It's like offering the new EasiCool Evo2 with better or more performance. It's basically a complete redesign. We call it built from scratch. It's not a refreshment or a expansion of the existing EasiCool. It is complete redesign from the ground up to offer even more to clients in terms of capacities or performance. It is designed to have more flexibility as in customization to ensure a perfect fit for any project and different requirements as per the site conditions. On the control side, complete redevelopment on the controls platform to take advantage on the latest IoT advancement. So what all are the advancements, speaking of EasiCool Evo2? First being more compact design. It's a modular construction, ease of production as well as installation and maintenance. We have got 10% more efficient than the standard range. When we say standard range compared to the current EasiCool, it is more efficient with the use of better efficient components, more cooling with lesser footprints, offering better kilowatt per meter square. Improved filtration option. We have got now high efficiency filter options available if required with the new EasiCool Evo2. And the maximum cooling duty has increased to 98 kilowatt. In previous slide, you have seen that the maximum range of EasiCool was 64 kilowatt. Now it has been increased to 98 kilowatt. Now the easy fans, high efficient easy fans are standard. We have replaced all old AC belt and pulley fans from the range, and now the unit is available only with the easy fans. More discharge and return air options are available with the new design. And main thing, the wider operating envelope. The previous EasyCool range had a limitation of return air temperature up to 26, 28 degrees Celsius, and the current EasyCool is completely redesigned to suit up to a return air temperature of 40 degrees Celsius, and also it is well considered on the Middle East operation, the summer ambient operation, successful operation up to a 52 degrees Celsius. So going through the features of the new EasyCool Evo2, you can see the beautiful unit there with all the components arranged in a well-mannered with ease of maintenance. The first one being the PGD1 LCD display, with user-friendly control. We have got other audible and the touchscreen display options as well. Hydrophilic epoxy coated RTPF indoor coils. They deliver long life by additional corrosion protection and improved performance by efficient surface water removal. Large chill water coils units utilize full width 6-row slab coil to maximize cooling performance. We have the electric heating options available up to 18 kilowatt. We have got standard ISO C75, which is equivalent to G4 filters, positioned on the coil face. Electrode steam humidifier with variable humidification with an option of standard and cleanable and disposable bottles, and different conductivity are available within the unit. We utilize a tandem scroll compressors to enable part load and full load operation and to deliver precise capacity match. We have backward curve easy fans up to 70% more efficient than the AC fan at part load operations. Going to the additional options, we have got the long ambient kit for most of the European regions, which can operate up to down to minus 40 degrees Celsius. The flow stands and the plenum options are still available with the unit. We have got the condensate pump options. We have got the large touchscreen PGDX display option available. Whenever there is a concern regarding the static pressure with the installation of ducts or constraints in the raised floors, we have got larger EC fans option to upgrade the fans to suit the more ESP, to serve more ESP requirement. The unit is available with single or dual circuits depending upon the capacities. Now the capacities has been increased to 98 kilowatt, so definitely bigger units to have dual circuit models. So EEV option is available with liquid line solenoid valve with the latest EasyCool Evo2. Now looking to the discharge and the return options, first looking to the upflow units, we have got return air from base option, we have got from front, from rear. It was available in the previous model as well, but with the discharge air, you can see we have got the top discharge option, we have got the front discharge, we have got the rear discharge, and also we have got the three-way discharge. But the main point to note here is like these all discharge option is available with the standard unit height. We don't need to have additional plenums or grills to provide that. For the downflow units, we have got top return, rear return, and the discharge options available with base discharge, front discharge, rear discharge. Coming to the control side, Helix, that might be a new name to the Airedale customers. Helix is the unit Airedale's unit controls brand, developed by our dedicated team of software engineers and the HVAC experts within Airedale. It's a complete revamped controls platform for EasyCool Evo2 new range with set point management. We can alter the return air set point and the supply set point via the controller. Discrete compressor staging and rotation is possible. Head pressure control as standard. We also have optimized head pressure control option utilizing dynamic set point, adjusting to the selected optimized operating condition. Network of units up to 8 units are available as a standard. Alarm summary, we have the option of having alarm logs from the controller. So the Helix controller, it's called it's a powerful next-gen controller with a 32-bit CPU. It is more faster to upload and download, and the boot times are much lesser compared to the previous controllers. And the user parameters and alarm logs are downloadable via USB from the controller. And unit-to-unit networking, like in a network duty standby, and also backward compatibility with our old EasiCool model. If you have any EasiCool units which are already existing in the site, it's also possible with the latest controller. So concluding, in summary, as I have explained, EasiCool has already proven to be the best unit, best solution for the small to medium data centers. It is now revamped from scratch, from ground up, to deliver increased performance, flexibility, and control, and with increased efficiency. So the product is now officially available, and you can contact your Airedale representative for the technical information, for pricing, for quotations, for any proposals you need for your project requirements. Thank you. That's from my side.
Okay, thank you for that presentation, Jamshad. Just to introduce myself, my name is Darren Fry. I'm the marketing manager here at Airedale. I'm just going to be managing the Q&A. So I've been seeing the questions coming in through the chat, so I will we'll tackle some of those now. If anything does come in, or if you think of anything else, just put it in the chat. If we have some time at the end of the other presentation, we'll tackle them now. But just for now, I'll just go through and see what we have. So there was a question around the filtration grades. So can you please clarify the improved filtration grade available? I don't know if anybody can tackle that. I know that the one that we've referenced is equivalent to G4.
So I think the new filtration is equivalent to G4 or EU4 and G7 or EU7, the high efficiency. Okay.
There's also a question around networking the unit. So how many Evo2s can be connected in one network? I think the old one was 8 units. Is that still the case?
It's still the case. Sorry,
okay. And then just a question again as well about BMS protocols. So which ones are available? And I think we can provide a full list.
From the control side, on the BMS protocols, every available protocols are available. We have got BACnet over IP, we have got web board best BACnet RS485 options available within the unit.
Okay, thank you. And then power supply options as well. What power supply options are available? Is the other one?
-0 and -1, we call it as in nomenclature. Those are 400 volt 3-phase 50 hertz, and we have also got 380 volt 3-phase 60 hertz variants available with the unit.
Okay, and just one that's coming now, a bit of a controversial one, but obviously saying, EC fans more expensive. We're adding them as standard now. Does this affect the price of the unit? Is it going to cost more? Which obviously the burning question.
So with the AC fans, if you remember, when we had in the current EasiCool range, when we added EC fans, we had to put in the downflow units on the large units into a dedicated floor stand. That is no longer the case. So the EC fans are within the case, whether it's the unit is upflow or downflow. And just with technology, economies of scale, it makes sense to move to the EC. So, any price difference will be justified by energy efficiency. But we try to keep the cost to a minimum because we have rationalized the range and reduced manufacturing time. So, the range will still be competitive for your requirements.
Okay, I think that's all the questions in the chat. But like I say, if there's anything else that crops up that you think of that you want to ask, we probably have some time at the end. And then also, if you've got any questions relating to Nisar's presentation, which is next, pop them in the chat as well, and we'll tackle them at the end if we have time as well. So that's it for that presentation. Thanks, Jamshad. So next over to Nisar, who's gonna run a technical presentation called Rising Doubt. So over to you, Nisar.
Yeah, thank you, Darren, for the introduction. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon to you. My name is Nisar Rahman. I've been with Airedale since 2014, 7 years. So I'm welcoming you to the CPD presentation. I'm going to share you my screen. Give me a minute. Hope you can see this. So thank you for joining this CPD presentation on Rising Doubt, how to have the conversation about highest set points in data centers and who to have it with. So we all know that setting high temperature limits in the data centers will allow you some benefits. But when it comes to small or medium sized data centers, your IT manager might be thinking different challenges in doing so. So in this CPD, we are going to think from his perspective or her perspective, what are the challenges, and we are trying to find some solutions from our side. On agenda, in this session, we'll speak about a bit of background, growing needs, sustainable solutions, etc., low PV, Azure limits, who is taking decisions on the set points in a data center, and on what factors he may think to arrive such a decision. Capital expenditure was the operational expenses. Who do we recommend and what? Then the next steps, mainly the benefits. I'll start with a note. As a people involved in specifying data center solutions, we often see best practice in the form of higher set points, but generally they are ignored. So people often say it's a good idea, but so we are in the CPD, we are going to cover all these ease and all those reservations. All right. So data centers are an essential part of the modern economy, providing vital infrastructure for countless business all over the world. Since the amount of energy that it consumes increases, the need for more sustainable solutions is also demanding. Some of the world's best hyperscales, best data centers, PEs less than 1.1. But what about the small data centers or the server rooms, generally called the enterprise data centers? How we can bring down the PE of such small data centers? The Azure limits, the upper limits recommend the server inlet temperature up to 27 degrees Celsius. Obviously allow you to set a high return air temperature. So this converts savings mainly in the low fan power or in general, the efficiency of the crack units is high on the high return air temperature. So what you usually see in a typical data center is a set point of 18 to 22 degrees C. So considering the Azure limits, we recommend a server inlet temperature to increase up to 24 or 25 C, which obviously allows you to increase the return air from a typical 1822 to around 30 or in between 30 and 35 and of course with containments. So the question is, who set the set point? So now we will think from an IT manager's perspective and what he may think in designing a lower set points. So he or she might be thinking the uptime and the capex is the only consideration, no operational expenses. Or lower temperature means more time to react. He gets to react to the downtime or no cooling time. He might be thinking that he's monitoring only the servers, not the PSC. Capital expenditure is high for an IL containment. So IT manager might be thinking that we don't have the budget to support it. He might be thinking due to uneven loads or unpredictable loads, probability of hotspots in data centers. So that has to be accounted or for the worst case to overcome such a cooling loss. Similarly, other considerations in the room. Also, it's just the IT battery room is there, UPS room is there, also need a lower temperature. Another point is a technician who works inside needs a comfortable temperature. Also, you might be thinking the reliability or lifespan of the servers at a high temperature may be risky, or the usual phrase doesn't want to be a guinea pig, or means I don't want to get experimented with this. So while trying to reduce the capital expenses, there is also the operational expenses also need to be considered. So what we say is really we need a balance between both two. So while the people from the operational side, the energy managers or the sustainable heads might be demanding on more efficiency, savings, total cost of ownership, the other side, when trying to reduce the capex, the reasons for might be thinking that an IT manager might be thinking that architecture is a legacy data centers, it doesn't support the high temperature, or no urgency or no containment solution is being specified in the specification, so leave as it is, or the perception that a containment solution is very expensive, or it might be a client decision. So energy managers who wanted to get efficiency from the data centers, but at the same time, IT manager trying to reduce the capex. So in short, what we see is that they are not on the same page. So far we have discussed the different challenges from an IT manager's perspective, and we have to give some solutions or recommendations to it. So let's see one by one. Point number one, energy saving initiatives fail at the implementation stage. So ensure you have the IT manager, not only him, the person who is responsible for the energy bills or the sustainable heads also need to be involved in the project as early as possible. Second point, lower temperature give me more time to react in case of loss of cooling. So this is not very correct, because even if you set at 26 degrees Celsius, or even if you set at 22 degrees Celsius, given the amount of kilowatt or the heat generated in a data centers, the time it heat generated in a data center during the downtime is very minimal. It quickly increase the heat. So that point is not very much valid. Server monitoring only see failures when it affects the server. So what we say that we need to recommend the monitoring at the PAC level, which is it can be done in a very simple and economical way by simply connecting with a hardware contact or a BMS interface contact. Like we say, prevention is better than cure. So we had to monitor from the PAC level before it affects the servers. Next point, I have uneven loads in my data center, so the probability of hotspots is high, so the worst case need to be accounted. So for that, it's a basic question of housekeeping. Basically, we have to load the racks intelligently, fill all the gaps. However, the problems can be mitigated with the containment as well. IL containment costs too much. That's it can be economical as well. So it doesn't. It's not always. So we don't need to build a Ferrari. So there are many budget options suitable for the project. So just like a cardboard tile option can also be made available. I have the UPS or the batteries in my data center. So these requires also need lower operating temperature. So hot-aisle containment is very much suitable for these spaces where batteries are keeping in the same room as the white space. So also the UPS with the intro type, you can keep it in the rack, which discharges the hot tile also can be available. Next point, we need constant access for the technicians. They prefer cooler temperature, have to consider these comforts. First of all, data centers is not for human comfort. When we take the case of a cold dial in a data centers which you keep at 24 degrees or 25 degrees, which is perfectly okay for a human comfort. When it's a hot aisle, which is probably like a 35 degrees, but the arch level is not so high. It's always you keep at 24, which is very low. So it's the dry bulb temperature is high, but arch is very low, which is not uncomfortable as you think. Next point is my servers will have low reliability, so it's risky to keep at higher temperature. So from the hash rate calculations, it's basically you're keeping at 35 degree, that's the maximum. So but allowable range from the server manufacturers is 45 C. So even if you continue to keep run the servers at 45 degrees C, the hash rate calculation says that it's just 3 to 7%. That's a failure rate. Next is I don't want to be a guinea pig. So this is, of course, this is not a new technology. This is proven all over the world. All the hyperscalers are doing this, so it's not new. I have empty racks. Air mixing will be an issue, stopping me from going to high temperatures. So again, it's a housekeeping stuff. So blank in the place, etc. So low load servers blow cold air out. So that's need to be avoided. Static will be an issue. So it's basically asking, telling about the aerostatic. So that it is not the case because the relative humidity of the supply temperature is very, very high because it's just been cooled above 90% usually. So humidification in modern server rooms and the attitudes is usually not a requirement. Aisle containment. So this is one of the most recent developments. I mean, important development in the recent years. So first, in the beginning, when we invent this hot or cold aisle, they were not properly oriented. They still had a lot of mixing of the air because of there is a lot of inefficiencies, and air entering to the server was 2 to 5 degrees lesser than the outside. So that's basically a lot of inefficiencies. But now the cold aisle containment or the hot aisle enclosures completely segregate. So so it means that you are not allowing it to mix the air. So the air into the servers is between 22 to 24 degrees C, and the air return air to the crack is basically 30 to 35 degrees C. So this means that there is a big delta T between those, and at high return air, the crack units are very efficient, and also the availability of free cooling. So when we are concluding, so IT managers set the data center set point in smaller facilities, but usually or unfortunately, they're not caring about the energy bills. So it is very important to bring all the stakeholders, energy managers, or the sustainability heads to make a decision in the beginning of each project. Return temperature is greater than 35 C, definitely requires some air containment, but this is not very expensive always. There are many budgeted options. Inertia is always the easiest option. So to overcome this inertia, it is important to produce the compelling facts, the cost of ownership calculations, or the payback periods will support it. So what's next? One step further, the benefits, the high data center temperature can open up the possibility of the free cooling. It's proven to be effective even at the hottest area of the world. You need a balance between the capex and opex, and high return temperature also can be utilized in the mixed use development for heating the water. Thank you very much. That's from me. Any questions?
Thank you, Nisar. Yeah, there's a couple of questions relating back to Evo2, and then there's a couple of questions on this presentation as well. One of them being just on the free cooling side, is there any sort of use cases, energy analysis that we've done on free cooling in high ambient regions? Is there any sort of case studies that we have or references to prove that sort of concept, particularly where you've got that high ambience?
We did some calculations based in Abu Dhabi, and we have those. I believe that we are not published, but if there is anyone they needed this calculation, we can share those for them.
Okay. And then, yeah, just there's a question that's come through on the, there's a question about could we share the presentation. So yeah, we will send out a link to view a recording of the whole presentation afterwards, so you can see that. And yes, if you're interested in the slides that Nisar's just presented, we can send those out as a PDF as well. So I've made a note of who's asked that question. Yes, we'll send you those slides. And then I don't know if this is one for you, Asim, but there's been a question obviously around SASO accreditation. Is that something we want to cover now, or is that something we want to go back directly to?
Yeah, I mean, I think we probably need to take that offline. I mean, the only thing we can say in response to that is there will be a changeover period between the old range and the new range. As the new range, we start to sell the new range and build a pipeline for it. And we are also looking at some certification to help us sell into the Saudi market. So, but we will take that offline with Lena and deal with that with her, if that's okay.
Okay, well, that is it for the Q&A. So we're finishing ahead of time, which is good. It gives people some time back, particularly if you're towards the end of the day where you are. So thank you for joining. I'll hand back to Asim just to close everything off.
So yeah, thank you to the presenters. I think they did a great job. I hope the information was very interesting for you. We look forward to working together with you on the new EasiCool range. And if you look in the presentation under the handout section, the sales brochure is also available for you to download at your leisure. So with that, wish you all a lovely evening and stay safe. Thank you for your time and for your attention. And we'll leave it there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.